Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jessie and I'm here to talk about PressPlay Toronto. So this past weekend, on April 16th was the set day for PressPlay Toronto, and I was at the hotel where the event was held from April 15th to the 17th, and it was a pretty good experience, let me tell you. It was really worth all the money that went towards the hotel, my ticket, the food that I bought when I was there, the merchandise. It was worth every penny I spent. At the end of this video, I'll put all my pictures, any videos that I have from the concert at the end of this video, and yeah. Okay, so I was gonna do a full experience video, but I thought that this video would be way too long to talk about 4 nights / days worth of like my whole experience, because I went to the hotel the night before I stayed to just like hang around there, see if I can meet anyone. And then the Friday I went and I was staying at the hotel that night with my friends. Saturday night I also was staying at the hotel with my friends, and then Sunday night everybody went home, but I didn't end up going home till like 12:30 a.m. It was a mess. But yeah, so I'm just gonna basically talk about my overall thoughts, certain things that happened, because if I did a full experience video on the whole weekend, it would be far too long for that. Okay, so I mainly went to PressPlay to meet Wesley Tucker, as you can see from my sweater. I love him so much, and I'm so happy I got to meet him and spend quite a lot of time with him, because I was staying at the hotel, so I got to meet him more than once, and I'm so grateful for it. And a lot of the talents / acts were so chill. David was really chill. Like, honestly, the first night I was kind of like intimidated by David and was kind of scared of him, but at the end of the day, by the time we all left on Sunday, David was a really chill guy, and you realize that like he's just trying to keep his talent safe and everything, so he's really nice. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna skim through every day and just like not go into full detail and just explain it, and then I will explain my thoughts at the end of this video after I'm done talking about everything, my thoughts, my suggestions, any tips I have, and yeah. So on the Thursday night I went down with one of my friends, and we met up with 2 other people that were down there who were doing the same thing as we were, trying to like meet the people. And that night I only met Cody Ryle, Dakota Brooks, and Christian Ackridge. And they were all so sweet and welcoming, and we asked them how they liked Toronto so far, and they liked it. Christian was being a little like funny and being like A, because apparently we're Canadians and we say A a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, we actually do. And Christian said he liked my nails and he wanted me to paint his nails, but sadly I didn't have nail polish on me, so yeah. And Wes was coming in late because something happened with his flight, so he came in a lot later than he was expected to. But I had to go home because I had to get up early the next day to make sure everything was packed and I was ready to go to the hotel to stay at the hotel with my friends. So he ended up coming to the hotel as soon as I got home, which was really sad and I was really upset about. But, you know, I was like, I'm going to meet him tomorrow. It's fine. I'll be okay. But my friend got me a video of him saying I love you to me, and it was really awesome and so sweet of her, and I'm so happy she did that. So on the Friday I woke up at 8 a.m. and I got dressed, I did my hair, my makeup, I got my luggage, and I went down to my car and met up with my friend, and my dad drove us to the hotel. So I got to the hotel, and at around 10:50 I got to the hotel around 9:30 a.m. and then at around 10:45 a.m. I met Wes, and it was the best experience of my life. He was at Starbucks with Dakota, and we were trying to figure out what Starbucks they were at because there was 2 near the hotel. So we were grabbing all my luggage to take with us, and they started coming up the escalator, and I started to freak out. So I followed behind them, and I couldn't say anything. Like, I was literally gonna stand there and watch them go in the elevator and leave because I literally couldn't say anything. So my friend was like, Wes, calling after him, and he turned around, and I went to shock. Like, I was just like, oh my god, like, you are real, like, you're an angel from freaking heaven, and just, it was an amazing experience. So he was like, wait a second, and he like stopped the elevator from like going or whatever, and he was like, and I was like, oh my god, like, do I go up to you, like, do I hug you, like, what do I do? And he was like, come on, I'm not scary or anything. So I like sped walked to him, and I like, in the video you can see like the impact that it made when we like hugged, I guess, because like I wasn't even thinking. I just went, I wrapped my arms around him, and I didn't want to let go, and he smells so good. He wears some like Gucci Guilty stuff, and it just smells so good. And then we just stood around talking to Wes for a bit. I was like literally shaking like this, and he was like, oh, calm down, like I'm not that cool. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like you're freaking amazing, like I love you, you're worth everything. And we were just talking to him and Dakota for a bit, and then Wes was like, I'm really tired, like I need to go nap for URL tonight and everything. I got in at like 1 a.m. and I didn't sleep very much, so I'm gonna go upstairs and nap. And I'm like, that's totally acceptable, I understand. So they went upstairs, and I didn't see them until like a few hours after that. So after that, we were kind of just hanging around the hotel, waiting for my friends to come. And then after all my friends arrived, we checked into our hotel room, got everything situated, where we were sleeping, who was sleeping with who, where, what was going on, where our luggage was going. And as soon as everything was settled, we went back into the lobby because like we weren't going to risk missing anyone. So we were just hanging around the lobby. No one really came in and out other than like Joey and Taylor. And we were kind of just hanging around with them, talking to them. Stefan came out too, and we were kind of just talking to them, whatever, asking them how they liked Canada so far and all that stuff. And URL came, and I didn't have URL, and neither did a few of my friends, so we went swimming and just hung around. But right before we went to the pool, Wes came back from his Super Lyric meet and greet to get ready for URL, so I went to go and see Wes again and just hang out with him and talk to him and stuff, and that was amazing. And then after that happened, me and my friend went to the pool and kind of just did whatever. So after URL, Dakota and Wes weren't in URL at all until it ended. So when it ended, they still had like an hour to like a half an hour until like it was like the hotel's curfew to where like you have to be quiet. So they kind of just blasted music and we all like jammed out and stuff, and I got to see Wes, and Wes drew a heart on a piece of paper for me to get tattooed, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. But after that, Cody Herbinko like still wasn't here, so we were waiting for him and waiting, and then he finally showed up at 11:30 p.m. He had the worst experience at the Toronto airport, and I feel so bad about that, but you know, it is what it is. So we greeted him in Canada because he had a really bad welcome to Canada when he got to the airport because they treated him really badly. So after that, we kind of realized like we need to go get some sleep. We got to wake up early tomorrow for the show. So we went to bed. We woke up at like 6 a.m. because some idiot set our alarm to 6 a.m. So we woke up, we got our hair, we did our hair, our makeup, we got dressed, whatever, and we went downstairs to greet our other friends who were coming for the show. Then we lined up, got our tickets, checked in with our tickets, got our lanyards. I went to my Lyric pass with my friends because I had Lyric, so I went to the Lyric lineup to meet Wes, and that was awesome. I cried meeting Wes because my friend was just like, oh, like you realize you might never see him again, and I'm like, oh my god, like you're so right. So I started crying, and he's like, why are you crying? And I was like, oh my god, like I just realized I'm never gonna see you again. And he's like, why do you say that? Like I pinky promise you will, all that stuff. And then after his meet and greet, I went and bought my sweater, which was $40. And then I kind of just went into everyone's line. Like I got into Dakota and Cody's line, I got into Cody's line, actually, I don't think I got into anybody else's line after that, to be honest, because the other ones were just way too long and I just wasn't about it. And after that, I went back into Wes's line, saw him again. It was great. And then the show happened. Wes performed so beautifully. His voice is amazing. And I'll like insert a few clips at the end of this whole talking part of the video to just show you and stuff. And then after the show, we kind of just hung around in the ballroom for a bit, went upstairs, got something to eat, hung around the lobby, hung around in our room until URL. And I bought URL for Saturday night. We kind of just hung around, jammed. I stood on stage with them and danced around, and it was just a great night. It was awesome. And that same night, like any other night before that, we just hung around in the lobby for a bit and went to bed. And then when we woke up, it was like home time. It was like the home day where everyone was going home. And yeah, so we all said goodbye to each other, and me and my friend Stacy were the only two people who were sleeping in the hotel room to stay at the hotel. Oh, and my friend Jade. So we were the only ones to stay at the hotel. We got to say goodbye to Cody Herbinko when he left. We said goodbye to Joey when he left. We said goodbye to, I don't think anyone else left that we said goodbye to. Oh yeah, no one else left, but then we also saw Andrew and Taylor that day. We saw Wes, we saw Tina, we saw Dakota, we saw everybody, and we kind of just hung around with them, talked to them, and I didn't end up leaving till 12:30 a.m. on, I guess, Monday morning now because I wanted to say goodbye to Wes. So after I said goodbye to Wes, I got in my car and I went home, but my friend couldn't go home because the subways were closed, so they stayed in the hotel till like 6 a.m. because they couldn't go home. So they were still with Wes by the time I got home, and Wes called me off my friend's phone and talked to me and was like, I'll see you soon, don't worry, I miss you, I love you, all of that good stuff. And Wes is the sweetest person you'll ever meet. I'm sorry this experience video isn't that detailed, but like I said, it would be really long if I went into detail. But now I'm debating with my friends to go to PressPlay Connecticut, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out. It's on my birthday, it'll be amazing, and yeah. So overall, I thought my PressPlay experience was pretty amazing. It was so worth all the money that I spent on that weekend, to spend with my friends, to meet Wes, to meet Dakota, to meet everybody. It was so amazing. Everybody is so sweet, and they just make you feel so like worth everything, and like everybody who was there just like made you feel like you were like fit in with everybody, and it was just so amazing. If you guys have the chance to go to a PressPlay, I'm telling you right now, like, you won't regret it. It's such a good experience. It's so amazing. Everyone is so nice, and it's just the best thing I'll ever experience. I guarantee you that. So I'm going to insert some photos and some videos from my weekend, and yeah.
Jessie wanted me to tell you she loves you.
Who?
Jessie.
I love you too, Jessie.
Yes. Yeah, so there's other cafes and other really good.
Yeah.
Oh, Jessie.
What are you guys doing? Just hanging out.
Why? Look at your shirt.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Shit! Come on!
This black road has me walking blind, the darkness at my feet.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't really that interesting because it would have taken way too long to explain everything. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, bye.